Earlier this year, a group of architectural students from the University of Technology in Jamaica visited St. Kitts and Nevis as part of a fam trip to observe and take note of the architecture on the island. Luke Anthony Bertrand, one of the students, told SK Newsline the purpose of their trip.
So what this school tries to do is, in third year, they try to send the students to different countries, preferably in the Caribbean, that allow them to expose them, to different cities, because we get so accustomed to basically designing spaces within Kingston and Jamaica, or Kingston, Jamaica. They tend to send us to different countries to give us a chance to explore different cities. So that's what we're doing here in St. Kitts. We're here to study the urban patterns, the urban fabric of the city.
The students visited sections of Basse-Terre to observe the architecture. Mr. Bertrand spoke about their experience.
Well, just like the presentation just now, I appreciate the preservation of buildings. I'm one that I love preservation. So the fact that the city tends to preserve a lot of their buildings through historical background, I have total respect for that. I found out recently that if you decide to demolish a building in St. Kitts or even Basse-Terre, that when you rebuild, a certain amount of percentage has to be involved in preservation. So you need to rebuild maybe a portion of that building to keep that historical background.
Towards the end of their visit to St. Kitts, the students did a presentation to architects and other relevant officials on St. Kitts at the Bird Rock Beach Hotel. Mr. Bertrand said their trip to St. Kitts was fruitful.
I totally admire the respect and the culture of Kittitians. I love that I can just knock on somebody's door in the middle of the town, sit down on somebody's balcony, and get a full history of the city, They know everything. Certain places you can't do that, right? So I respect that. I love the whole culture, basically. And the people, the hospitality was overwhelming, basically, Taxi drivers would stop you and, you tell them you're a student. So they drop you where you're going, and I love that about St. Kitts.
Andre Huey, SKN Newsline.